You ever walk through a city and just, I don't know, feel like it's buzzing, almost alive?
Yeah, like it anticipates things somehow.
Exactly. Like the traffic lights change just right, or you sense something optimizing behind the scenes based on, well, us, how people are moving.
That feeling, it really gets to the heart of this idea that's, well, becoming pretty real, like the sentient city.
Sentient city, okay.
Yeah, it's this concept of a city that isn't just concrete and steel, it's
Right.
pulsing with data, it's learning, adapting, responding, all in real time to how people actually live.
And that's what we're diving into today, right?
Yeah.
We've looked at some really interesting material about how AI is actually making this happen.
Exactly.
So our mission really is to unpack the big ideas from all that. What does this AI-powered city stuff actually mean, on the ground?
We'll sort of journey from, okay, what is this alive city concept to how AI is literally changing urban design, changing infrastructure.
Right.
We'll look at mobility, sustainability, huge topics, and maybe most importantly, the ethical side, the choices we have to make.
It feels like a massive shift. I
Yep.
mean, thinking about cities from like ancient Jericho all the way to smart grids managing power. It's quite the leap. Let's get into it.
It really is. History shows cities are always reflecting our ambition, right? And technology's always been shaping them. Jericho to Manhattan, like you said. Tech's been the hidden architect.
So this sentient city idea is just the latest layer, this AI layer.
Pretty much. And what's so, well, compelling is this idea of a network.
Yeah.
Sensors everywhere, AI connecting them, not just gathering data, but actually understanding it,
Yeah.
learning our collective habits, maybe even predicting what we need next.
Predicting. Like how?
Well, the material we looked at gives concrete examples. Think about your commute being rerouted before you hit the big traffic jam because the system saw it building up.
Okay.
Or buildings adjusting their climate not just on a timer, but based on who's actually inside, what the weather is doing outside, saving energy intelligently.
Or managing resources better, like water or power.
Exactly. Smart grids balancing electricity supply and demand, second by second, conserving energy. It's anticipation in action.
It makes the city sound less like something you fight against and more like something working with you.
That's the core idea. And look, this isn't 50 years away. It's happening now, bit by bit. Cities are becoming more responsive, more adaptive, more, well, human-centric, hopefully.
So if the city's kind of waking up, AI is like the new architect. Because let's face it, traditional city planning can be slow, really slow,
And,
static.
oh, absolutely. Traditionally, you had small teams working with data that was often old the day it was printed. Projections, right?
Yeah, based on past trends that might not hold up.
But now, AI can chew through unbelievable amounts of data in real time. Satellite photos, live traffic feeds, energy consumption patterns, even analyzing social media to get a sense of public mood.
Revealing things we just couldn't see before.
Exactly. Hidden dynamics, patterns.
Okay, but designing. How does AI design? It's not just drawing lines on a map, is it?
No, it's way beyond that. Think about AI platforms generating thousands of different design possibilities for, say, a new neighborhood.
Thousands.
Yeah, in the time, a human team might sketch out maybe 2 or 3, and it evaluates them all against complex goals simultaneously. Are we maximizing walkability, green space, affordability? It can juggle all that.
So wait, are human planners out of a job?
Not at all. The material really stresses this is a partnership. Humans set the vision. What kind of place do we want this to be? What are our values?
Okay.
AI is the engine that explores the options. It finds creative solutions, maybe things humans wouldn't have thought of because it can process so much complexity. AI does the heavy lifting, the analysis.
Which frees up the planners.
Right. Frees them up to focus on the crucial human stuff. Talking to the community, understanding the local culture, making those value judgments, adding the creativity.
That makes sense. I remember reading about Singapore's digital twin, like a live computer model of the whole city.
Yeah, that's a prime example. Or things like modular neighborhoods being designed with AI input. Like in Toronto, it shows this is actually being used to shape real places.
And the goal isn't just efficiency, is it? The material mentions something about making cities.
More beautiful and meaningful. That's the phrase that stood out. It's about using tech to enhance the human experience, not just optimize metrics.
Right. Okay, let's dig into that design process a bit more. Specifically, like tackling those really tricky areas. Post-industrial waterfronts came up. Huge potential, but super complex.
Oh, definitely. And historically, the approach was often, a couple of big master plans, drawn up by a few experts.
With maybe 1 or 2 town hall meetings for input.
Exactly. Very limited community engagement, and the result, sometimes spaces that felt off, disconnected from how people actually wanted to use them.
So how does the AI-driven way change that specific process?
It starts with getting really clear on the goals. What does vibrancy actually mean for the specific place? What are the hard targets for sustainability? How do we define and measure equity here?
Okay, much more specific upfront.
Then AI goes to work, generating maybe thousands of layouts, different mixes of uses, different street patterns, and crucially, evaluating every single one against key performance indicators, KPIs. Like projected energy consumption, walkability scores, maybe even estimated impact on social interaction based on the layout.
Wow. And this is where the community comes back in, right? The material called it a collaborative game.
Yeah, that's a great description. Imagine residents sitting down maybe with tablets and they can tweak things. What if we had more park space here? Or prioritize bus lanes over parking here?
And they see the results instantly.
Instantly. The AI recalculates the KPIs. You see the trade-offs. Okay, more park space slightly reduces housing density, but significantly boosts predicted well-being scores. It makes the consequences visible.
That changes everything. People aren't just reacting to a finished plan. They're
co-creators.
Yeah.
Exactly. It builds ownership. It helps find common ground between different groups because everyone sees the same data, the same impacts. It strengthens the community itself.
There were those powerful examples, too. Guadalajara using AI to understand informal settlements. Not to bulldoze them, but find strengths.
Right. Identify what's working, where the real needs are, from the ground up. Or Madrid using sentiment analysis or movement data to grasp people's emotional ties to certain squares or parks.
So it's not just technical efficiency. It's about making cities resonate.
Absolutely. Democratizing design, you could say.
Yeah.
Making places that work well and feel right. Fostering belonging. It's about building shared identity through a participatory, data-informed, but deeply human process.
Okay, so AI helps plan the city, the brain. Then you mentioned smart infrastructure as the nervous system. That feels right, this constant flow of information.
That's a perfect analogy. It is like a nervous system. All those sensors, connected devices, cameras embedded everywhere, monitoring air quality, noise, traffic, building stress, you name it.
Turning pipes and wires and roads into something active.
Exactly. Passive infrastructure becomes an active adaptive system that can sense and respond.
Give us some everyday examples. Where is AI already plugged into the city's workings?
Okay, think about the power grid. Smart grids use AI to predict energy demand, sometimes down to the neighborhood level. They integrate renewables, like solar panels feeding back in, which is tricky because they're intermittent.
Right, the sun isn't always shining.
Exactly. AI helps balance that load constantly, ensuring stability, maximizing clean energy use, reducing reliance on older, dirtier power plants.
What about inside buildings?
AI learns occupancy patterns. Is this office floor busy on Tuesdays but empty on Fridays? It learns that and adjusts heating, cooling, lighting automatically. Huge energy savings, way beyond simple timers.
And critical things like water.
Super critical. AI analyzes pressure and flow data in water mains to detect tiny leaks, sometimes long before they burst and cause massive damage. Saves water, prevents failures.
Even trash cans.
Yep, smart bins. Sensors tell the system when they're full, so collection trucks don't waste fuel visiting half-empty ones. AI optimizes the routes. Cleaner streets, lower emissions. It adds up.
It's not just about efficiency, though. This infrastructure has a big safety role, too, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Think about extreme weather. AI can analyze forecast data, sensor readings from rivers or coastal areas, and give much earlier, more localized warnings for floods or heat waves.
Helping people prepare or evacuate.
Right. And it can monitor the structural health of bridges, tunnels, critical infrastructure, looking for tiny changes that might indicate a problem developing.
And in an actual emergency, a fire, an accident,
AI can be crucial, coordinating emergency services, optimizing traffic signals to clear a path for ambulances, maybe even using digital signage or phone alerts to guide people away from danger zones based on real-time info.
So the sentient city becomes this kind of proactive guardian, watching out for us.
In a way, yes. It's about using that intelligence embedded in the infrastructure to anticipate needs, prevent problems, and ultimately improve safety and quality of life for everyone. It really is creating this living, thinking ecosystem.
And that ties directly into sustainability, which you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The stat that cities generate, over 70% of global emissions? That's staggering.
It is. It makes urban sustainability not just important, but absolutely essential. The pressure is immense.
So how does AI help us tackle that specifically?
It allows for much more targeted, data-driven decarbonization. Instead of just saying, we need more green buildings, AI can help figure out exactly what kind of green features work best where.
Right.
Like using generative algorithms to design building facades that optimize natural ventilation or maximize passive solar heating for that specific building's orientation and climate. Or analyzing the entire city's heat map, land use, and airflow patterns to find the most impactful places to plant trees or install green roofs for cooling.
Really precise intervention.
Exactly. And urban agriculture came up in the material too, remember?
Vertical farms.
Yeah. AI can optimize the conditions inside light, water, nutrients to maximize food production in really small urban footprints. That drastically cuts down food miles, the distance food travels.
Improves food security too, I guess.
Definitely. And it plays a big role in the circular economy idea.
How so? Closing the loop.
Right. AI can help track materials through the city. Where do recyclables actually go? Where are construction materials being used or discarded? It can optimize sorting processes, identify ways to turn waste from one industry into a resource for another. Really trying to eliminate waste, make the city regenerative. AI makes that green transition more actionable, more effective.
Okay, let's shift gears to something that affects almost everyone daily. Getting around, traffic, congestion. It's just a nightmare in so many cities.
A massive drain, yeah. On time, money, mental health, air quality.
And AI is poised to fix this. That feels like a bold claim.
It is bold, but the potential is enormous. The idea is AI orchestrating everything, traffic lights, public transit, maybe even individual cars eventually, to create seamless, multimodal journeys. Faster, cleaner, more predictable.
Okay, autonomous vehicles, they always come up. How do they fit the AI picture?
Well, the vision is that when AVs can talk to each other and talk to the city's traffic management system, the AI brain, basically they can coordinate movements much more efficiently.
Driving closer together safely.
Potentially, yeah. Increasing road capacity without actually building more roads, smoothing out that stop-start flow that causes so many jams. And if they're mostly shared, on-demand fleets.
Then you don't need as much parking.
Exactly. Imagine freeing up all that land currently dedicated to parking lots and garages. It could be transformative for urban space.
And AI is already making traffic lights smarter now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. We saw that SurTrack example from Pittsburgh. It's not just fixed timers anymore. AI watches the actual traffic flow, vehicle by vehicle, and adjusts the signals dynamically in real time to keep things moving.
And the results.
Significant cuts in travel time, idling time, and emissions. And it's not just cars. AI can make public transport way smarter, too.
Oh, adapting routes.
Adapting routes, adapting schedules based on real-time demand. If there's a big event letting out, maybe more buses get routed that way automatically. It improves reliability, which is key to getting people out of private cars.
And for me, the user, trying to figure out the best way from A to B.
That's where mobility as a service MaaS comes in. Think of an app powered by AI that integrates everything. Bus, train, rideshare, bike share, scooters.
And it tells you the options.
Yeah, and lets you filter. Show me the fastest route. Show me the cheapest. Show me the one with the lowest carbon footprint. You choose based on what matters to you for that specific trip.
The result sounds, well, almost utopian. Smooth, efficient, green transport.
The source material literally said AI is ending traffic as we know it. It's a measure of how high the hopes are in this area.
Which brings us back to the people living there. Because one thread running through all this is that the best smart cities aren't top-down tech showcases. They involve citizens.
Absolutely critical point. It shouldn't be about technology dictating how we live. AI should empower people, make city governance more responsive, more democratic.
Like those planning tools we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Giving residents a real way to see the impact of their own ideas, to engage meaningfully, that builds informed communities who feel they have a stake.
And things like city apps. Reporting potholes, or seeing when the bus actually arrives.
Yes. AI can power those systems to turn citizens into active partners. You report an issue, maybe even snap a photo. AI can help categorize it, route it to the right department, even give you updates on the fix. It closes that feedback loop.
So the city learns from its residents in a structured way.
It learns and evolves with them. And by analyzing ethically, of course, how people use the city, where they walk, where they linger, where bottlenecks form, we can design better spaces and policies that truly reflect lived experience.
It makes the city feel less like a machine and more like a collaboration.
A dynamic co-creation, that's a good way to put it, between the people and the intelligent systems supporting them.
Okay, but we have to address the other side of this coin, the challenges, the risks. Because weaving AI this deeply into cities,
Hmm.
it raises huge ethical questions, right?
Huge. We absolutely must put ethics front and center, balancing all that potential efficiency with privacy, fairness, equity, our basic autonomy.
The sheer amount of data being collected,
Mm-hmm.
that's got to be concern number one for many people.
It is. And it requires incredibly strong safeguards. Transparent governance. We need really clear rules about what data is collected, why, how it's used, who controls it. We can't stumble into a surveillance state just because the tech makes it easy.
People need control over their own data.
Yes, and things like facial recognition in public spaces. That needs intense public debate and very strict oversight if it's used at all.
And then there's bias in the algorithms themselves.
A massive risk. If the data AI learns from reflects historical biases, racial bias, gender bias, economic bias, then the AI's decisions can just perpetuate or even worsen those inequalities.
So zoning decisions, resource allocation, even predictive policing,
Yeah.
all could be skewed.
Absolutely. We need rigorous auditing of these AI systems. We need transparency so we can understand why an AI made a certain recommendation or decision. We need accountability.
What about just access? The digital divide. Does everyone get the benefits or just the people with the latest smartphones?
That is critical. A smart city isn't smart if it creates a two-tiered society. Benefits have to be universal. That means thinking about public Wi-Fi, accessible kiosks, interfaces that work for elderly people or those with disabilities. Digital equity has to be baked in from the start.
So it's not just about the tech working, but working for everyone.
For absolutely everyone, a truly smart city serves all its citizens fairly.
Okay, stepping back then, it feels like building these AI-enhanced cities is, well, it's one of the defining projects of our time, isn't it? The tools are incredible. The potential for more sustainable, resilient, responsive places is right there.
It is, but, and this is a huge but that came through loud and clear in the material, technology alone is not the answer. An algorithm can't build community. Code can't guarantee justice.
So the hardest part isn't the tech.
No, the hardest part is social and ethical. It forces us all to ask, what kind of city do we actually want? What values are non-negotiable? Beauty, equity, privacy, sustainability, spontaneity.
And those answers won't just appear from a data center.
Definitely not. They have to come from open, honest, sometimes difficult public conversations involving everyone, not just the experts in labs or boardrooms.
We need governance structures that allow for that.
Transparent governance, real citizen participation, and, frankly, a willingness to admit when things go wrong, to learn to adapt the technology to our values, not the other way around.
So this sentient city has to be fundamentally a democratic project.
It has to be, shaped by collective wisdom, guided by shared values. The technology is powerful, but it's still just a tool.
The future, then, it's a choice we make.
Yeah.
About how we use these tools.
Exactly. We can choose to steer AI towards building cities that aren't just smarter in a technical sense, but wiser, more just, more equitable, more inspiring. The material summed it up perfectly. The city of tomorrow is ours to build together.
It really is staggering to think about the potential here. How AI could reshape everything from the ground beneath our feet, the infrastructure, to how we move, how sustainable our communities are.
The potential is undeniable, but that core tension is always there, isn't it? This incredible power AI offers versus the very human, very necessary ethical choices we have to make about how we wield it.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. As AI gets woven deeper and deeper into the places we live, how can you, whether you're just living your life in the city or you're involved in planning or policy, how can you be part of that vital conversation? That discussion about the values we need to embed to make sure our future cities aren't just smart, but truly fair, equitable, and allow everyone to belong.